Hi there, 8th grade, lesson 5.3, solving problems using measures of central tendency. Objective, to interpret and create line plots, histograms to display data. Calculate the mean, median, mode, range of data sets and choose the most appropriate measure of central tendency to convey an idea about the data. At this time, you can do your power up. I am going to keep moving on. Vocab. Mean is the average of the numbers, which we'd take all the numbers, we'd add them together, and take the total or the number of numbers that are in the set and divide it by that number, and we'd get our mean. Median. Place the numbers in value order and find the middle number. Median, middle. That's what you want to think of. Mode is the value that appears most frequently in a data set. So most occurring. Mode, most. Range is the difference between the lowest and the highest values. Histogram, a graphical display of data using bars of different heights. Line plots can be defined as a graph that displays data as points or checks marks above a number line, following the frequency of each value. Alright, the owner of a cafe was interested in the age of her customers in order to plan marketing. One day she collected these data on customers' ages. So we're going to have 25. I'm going to go up by 5. Alright. So we have 28. That's going to be in the middle here. I believe there's a 27. 33 is going to be in the middle here. 31 is going to be closer this way. 41. 42. 75, 73, 38, and 35. Alright, so there's my data set. Now I gotta find the mean, median, mode, and range. Having a line graph like this, a line plot, can make your life a lot easier. Okay. Well, the only one that I believe it doesn't really help you on is probably the mean. Because of the fact that I'm still probably going to go through that list and add it up. So, let's do that one first. Alright, I'm going to type in 28 plus 33 plus 31 plus 41 plus 42 plus 27 plus 75 plus 73 plus 38 plus 35, and we get 423. If you go back and count, there's 10 of these. So we're going to take this number divided by 10, which is 42.3. 42.3. Alright, median. Median means middle. 2 gone. So now we're here, here, we're in the middle of these two. So we have 35 and 38. Add these together, 2 goes there, 3, 1, 73. Now we're going to divide that by 2, 3, 2, 6, 13. Alright. Then we have to multiply. We're going to multiply by 6. That's 12. 1, 2. Alright. Dot, dot. Multiply by 5. We're done. Okay, so median was 36.5. Mode, we don't have one. None of them have more than one. So all of it is either mode or nothing is a mode. I'm going to go with nothing's a mode because everything's equal. Range, you're going to take your highest one, 75, minus your lowest one, which is 28, and you should get 47. Okay? Now, which measure, mean, median, mode, or range best represents the typical age of the customers? I would probably go median. A lot of you might say mean because it's your average, but we got two ages way out here. We don't have anything in between. These two outliers really kind of skew that information for us. So if I was really trying to hit most of my customer clientele, I'd probably stay in the median deal. Ranges is telling me there's quite a gap from top to bottom, 47 years difference. Mode's not going to help us here, and mode really isn't going to be one thing that I look at too much. There is some instances where mode is the right idea to go with, but in this case, I would probably stay with my median. Alright, suppose the median age of a resident of a certain state was 30. 20 years later, it was 37. What changes in population may have occurred in 20 years? This group of people that was in the 30 or making the 30 happen, some have passed away, some have got older. Maybe you had a surplus of kids right around that 30 age, you know, that kind of made it a little bit more. So really what might have happened is maybe there's less kids born. Maybe some of the younger generation moved away. Maybe you had a bunch of older people move in during this time. Maybe like in 20 years you went from being a town with a bunch of young people and families to kind of a retirement community. Alright, consider the values of employees of a small business in an interview. A prospect employee was told the average salary of employees is $50,000. How much this information might be misleading? Well, if you look at the data here, this person's making $32,000. This one makes $34,000. This one makes $32,000. This one makes $30,000, $37,000, $43,000, $45,000. And all those I circled, I still haven't hit $50,000. There's 10 salaries here, and I still have not hit one, and I've already went through 7. So, what's happening here is there's a lot of people getting paid a lot less than $50,000, and there's only a couple above, and these couple above are skewing or mean to the fact that it's a little higher than it probably should be. So in a deal like this, I would probably look at median, being that we have some kind of off on their own, and a lot that's in a group once again, kind of like that first problem. Mode I would never really use in this situation. The reason for that is I can make $30,000 in my mode, and then, oh yeah, you're going to get paid $30,000. Well, that might not even be what they're going to get paid. They might get paid a heck of a lot more than that, but just because 2 people are getting paid that, you know, I'm going to tell them they're going to make that. On the other side of it, your range, that's really telling you there's a pretty good gap between your top to your bottom, which is going to mean that's probably going to mess with your median quite a bit, depending on how many numbers are in between that values, but that's quite a gap for only 10 deals here. Alright. Josiah sells 3 different hats to test their popularity. His sales are reported in a bar graph below. The height of each bar corresponds to the number of hats that Josiah sold. So we have 10 for type 1. I'd say about 4 for type 2 and about 7 probably for type 3. Okay? We want to know mean, median, mode, range. What would be the best type, or what would be the best way to figure this out? So, realistically, this is the number I sold, and this is the number. So that's going to be how many different numbers I have. But I really can't add everything up and make a mean out of this, right? So I'm going to throw that out. Mode. This is the most occurring. Median. It's probably going to be somewhere in here, I'd say. Range isn't going to help me a whole lot here. We want the mode because we're trying to figure out what's selling the best. What is selling most frequent? And that is why we go with the mode, because we're looking at what would happen most frequently. Alright. Practice set. I believe we did A, B, and D. Okay? And then there's your homework.